Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Hall of Famer Bob Berry ruled Milwaukee's airwaves in the 60s and 70s. He spoke with countless musicians and celebrities over the years. Bob collected remarkable recordings of these encounters, which he's now sharing with the public. Here's Bob.
Here's another two-fer podcast featuring a game show host and a legend on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. Monty Hall's first job was working for CKRC Radio in Winnipeg, Canada. He moved to New York City in 1955 and hosted several TV game shows there. After moving to California, he became host of the hilarious half-hour game show, Let's Make a Deal. In this exchange, he'll reveal some fun facts about that TV series.
Hello, Monty.
Yes.
This is Bob Berry calling on the radio in Milwaukee. Would you mind talking to us for just a minute?
Go ahead.
I heard you had an early appointment this morning, and that's why we called you this early. I figured you'd be up by now. My producer-director told me you're from Canada.
That's correct.
He's from Canada. Where in Canada are you from?
Winnipeg.
Uh-huh. And that's where you're from? That's where our producer's from, Winnipeg. I'm sorry about that. How much preparation goes into Let's Make a Deal, Monty?
Well, the crew has preparation because all our prizes have to be marked on their spots and lit properly and fashioned and displayed well, but there's no preparation for me. All I have to do is come in the show and find out what we're doing that night, whether it's a wallet deal or a pricing deal or a trading deal, and I know the show so well that I can commit everything that I want to know within about 2 or 3 minutes.
You know, those men and women jumping up and down and just grabbing onto you and hugging you and kissing you and everything, does that drive you crazy once in a while?
Not really. I understand the excitement of the show. I understand people participating in a show like this. And when you're sympathetic and empathetic to them, you just relax and enjoy it like they do.
Where do you get all that pep? Do you take vitamins?
No, I guess you just store it up when you can.
Was there any unusual experience that maybe we didn't see that happened? Maybe you had to stop a tape or something?
Well, not really. The only times we've stopped tape in our 12 years on the air, one was a serious occasion. We had one woman faint. Surprisingly, that you would figure that hundreds would have fainted when they get so excited, but only one woman did, and we stopped tape, and she revived very quickly, and we moved the tape back to that moment just before she did faint.
Were you ever injured on the show?
Yes, I have, because people throw their arms around, and sometimes they jump up and down when they're wearing a football helmet, and I've taken some pretty good shots, and I was once knocked down the steps a little bit and tore a cartilage in my knee.
Monty, do you have any idea, in all the time that you've been doing Let's Make a Deal, how much money you've given away on the show?
Yes, about $28 million.
Oh. Wow.
That's over almost 12 years.
Man, that's a lot of sponsorship. Now, a lot of those things traded out, Monty?
Yeah, a lot of it is from sponsors who give their prizes in return for the message.
And the money, I imagine, comes from advertising dollars. And, Monty, we want to thank you very much for being on the air with us this morning, especially this early in the morning.
It's a good deal.
As a child, William Miller was nicknamed Fishbait for his small stature. He weighed 75 pounds at the age of 15. Miller began working at the United States House of Representatives as a clerk and later became doorkeeper for the House. He was known for having an outgoing personality and loved the spotlight when he announced the President of the United States before the State of the Union speech. He once told Bella Abzug to remove her hat before entering the chamber. She told Miller, "Go blank yourself." In this short podcast, he'll tell of another embarrassing moment in the House.
William Fishbait Miller is on the air with us, the guardian of many Washington confidences, as House doorkeeper for 24 years. And he is the one that announced presidents to Congress and the television
little
audience.
boy said, Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
I don't want to take too much of your time here, but I do want to know about the time you locked up the entire House of Representatives in their chamber for a whole night.
I locked all the doors, and everybody had to get permission to go to the bathroom. I thought to go down and have supper, or else they could take a snack in each cloakroom. And you know, we had a Republican member of Congress from Pennsylvania, had weak kidneys, and he wet his pants twice before he could get permission quick enough.
Bob Berry, WOKY, 1992.
Thank you for listening to Bob Berry's Unearthed Interviews. Be sure to subscribe and rate our podcast on iTunes or wherever you find your podcasts. You can find all the episodes at WisconsinBroadcastingMuseum.org. Check out Bob Berry's book, Rock and Roll Radio Milwaukee. Book sale proceeds support Angels Kids Fund and Donate Life Wisconsin. The preceding program was made possible by a generous contribution from Terry Vaughn.